Hey guys, TerrorPUP here, and we're going to look at today at the UE2 development board. And I was excited because they were looking for testers, and I reached out to them and they sent me one. As you guys know, I did try to do an unboxing of this. That video, for some odd reason, when I tried to move it off my phone and to my computer, it got messed up. So we're going to kind of do a mini unboxing today, and I'm going to explain what came with the kit. This is the kit. Okay. And this is well worth the money, especially if you are a developer. This is really worth it because it came with a lot of cool stuff. And we're going to go over the specs of the board once I'm done with this, and then we're going to boot up the board and we are going to see what OS is on. Okay, so the first thing I want to go over real quick, okay, that this is a Rockchip 3568 quad-core 64-bit board. Okay, this particular kit, I believe it came with 2 gigs. We'll take a look at it. It has integrated GPU, VPU, and NPU. It has Wi-Fi 5 and Bluetooth 5 support, and that's through this M2 key adapter that they sent in the kit. And it does come with these connectors. Okay, I'm using this one right now just because in a minute I'm going to unbox something else and I want you guys to see that. 4 USBs. 2 of them are USB 2, 2 of them are USB 3. We have a barrel power jack. Okay, and we have HDMI, audio out, and 2 I believe these are 2.5, but when we get on their webpage we'll take a look. This supports both Android and Ubuntu, but the website actually says Debian. So real quick, let's go ahead and a new feature. If you look up in the top corner, we'll go over stuff again, and this way you can follow along. So our power audio USB, there is the HDMI networking, the M2 E-key wireless that does come with it. As you can look, the CPU or computer it is actually like a computer module. I was going to say comp module, but it's actually a computer module. And that makes these development boards pretty cool because this initially, like I said, when we look it over, was I believe a 2 gig. They have different boards, so you can actually swap it out. The other thing I want you to take a look at is the number of IOs, and that's input output. Okay, if you're following along, this is awesome because you can hook up devices. There's your GPIO, more input output, camera on the side. Okay, we're going to flip it over now. All right, we have a SIM card so that if you are wanting to hook up a wireless module, we have that here. And then we have our SD card over here. And one of the cool features, if you look over here, is we can support up to either, well, we'll just say 2288 NVMe. This is a M key. Okay. And that's nice because you can have additional storage and you can boot off of this. The compute module itself comes with eMMC, which is very nice. So let's, again, kind of an unboxing. We'll go over stuff. So it came with an HDMI cable. It came with this A to A USB cable. Very nice. There is our power supply. This is a 12-volt barrel jack, as you can see. It is official. There's their logo. Okay. It came again with the antennas, with the connectors. And one of the things, if you haven't noticed, is, let's turn around. I'm going to turn off the top cam for a minute so we can get a good view of it. But look at their logo etched in. It came with this clear acrylic case. So the money I spent to get this development board so I could help test it out was well worth it. I got it on Amazon. I'll put the link so that you guys can get your own. Now, with that being said, let's put this over to the side. We're going to move the other stuff. They also have, and I haven't seen this yet. We're gonna look at this together. This is the official metal case for the UE2 rock chip development boards. So we're gonna open it up. Documentation. Okay. And they got, it's one of the few boards I've actually seen that's in English. Okay. Chinese. There's the Mandarin. And Japanese. You don't see a lot of stuff with Japanese on it, so that's pretty cool. All right. Ooh, more fun stuff. Look at this. This is really cool. Okay. If you can see it. Wow. I got my finger on it, but the camera's not showing it. Let's see if I... There we go. Thermopad for the case. And this is the case itself. And guys, let's move this to the side. This has got some weight to it. This is a nice aluminum case. There's, I assume, some mounting brackets on this. So let's go ahead and we'll open this up. And again, guys, I did not know what was in this. When I reached out to ask about the board, they're like, hey, we got a metal case too. Would you mind taking a look at that as well? Normally I don't like ripping stuff like this, but this is in there really good. Oh, look at that. That's why it's weighing so heavy. This, if you can see it, it's all nice and shiny. This is a one giant piece of aluminum that's going to make an awesome heat sink. These appear to be mounting brackets. Okay. Hopefully online they'll have it. And this is inside the case. Okay. There's 4 screws for it to mount in. Our LAN, our HDMI, the USB, okay, our audio and power, a reset button, our micro SD, and then our camera connects and our antennas. And I like how they got the round holes, so if you have, you could buy actually different antennas that have the brass mounts where the thread will come through and you can use the washer and tighten them down. That's very nice. On the back side, access for our GPU and access for the I/O connectors. So if you were someone again who does home automation or robots or stuff like that, you have a way of getting into there. And then on the back side, there's the SIM card, and then there are 2 more slots here. I'm trying to see. Because there's our SIM slot. Okay. And our antenna's here. So I guess if you order antennas off of AliExpress or maybe from their store, the wires are longer, because this will kind of give you a sense how the board will sit in there. Wireless card's back over here, so your antennas will go out this side. So, but no, that's, man. Only thing missing from here is the cute little rabbit, but no biggie. But that's going to be a nice little case. I really appreciate them offering this. You know, I forgot how much I paid for this, but whatever it was worth it. I have other cases that are passive cooling, and that's what you call this. This is a passive cooling case because the CPU will have that thermal pad that for some odd reason shows up invisible, but this thermal pad will clip here and makes contact with the CPU, and then this will pull up all the heat, and that's a lot of aluminum to dissipate the heat. So that's really nice. Okay, so now I'm not gonna, like I said, later on I'll do another video down the road. What I really want to do is I want to get this up and running, so we're going to see what it looks like when we boot up. Okay, and then if there is an OS on this, great. If not, I will go to their website. Well, I'm going to go to their wiki anyway and show you guys what's on it. But let's see what we get when we try to boot this up. All right, so we shall continue. So before we go and look at their wiki, I do have it up there. I wanted to show you guys the board that I bought. So the board I got's got 2 gigs of memory, 16 gigs of eMMC space. Okay, it is the rock chip. It's the whole development kit, and right now it's on sale. It's actually being discounted. That's not what I paid for it, but then again, this is a great, if you've never had a development board, this is a great opportunity. So this is a picture that shows you what comes with it, explaining the different things. There's the heat sink, the power supply, USB cables like I showed. Okay, the board inside the case, and then some of the features of the board itself. And there's actually a video. You can, like I said, real quick, get the case, and the case, again, for a solid aluminum case with that heat sink, $20, in my opinion, is way low. But as you guys saw, it's a beautiful case. I'm going to put both of these links in my video, but I wanted to show you guys this stuff before we head over to the wiki and download the OS and try to get the board up and running. Okay? Alright guys, so here's the wiki. There's a better picture of the board itself. There's the beautiful rock chip 3568. I've had real good experience with rock chip. There's our Wi-Fi Bluetooth. Okay, and this is nice because maybe you want to swap it out. Maybe the Wi-Fi 5 that came with it isn't fast enough and you want to switch it out for a Wi-Fi 6, or when 7 comes available, you can put it there. There are the cameras that I was talking about. And then real quick on the underside, just want to show you guys, okay, these are kind of cool. This EDP interface, there's something similar to that on an M2E board I got from a competitor. I won't say who it is, but they have a ribbon that will actually allow you to attach storage. So this is kind of cool that you can expand your boards out even more. There's a camera interface. There's a Sato 03. So if you need to hook up a hard drive, you can hook it up over there. There's our SIM card. And of course our 2288 board. And back up at the top, there's the link to the Chinese, okay? And then down here, some of the specs, okay? So if you are someone who does robotics or home IT, this will help you out, okay? Keep going down, and the quick starts. I want to go ahead and get this thing up and running. So I'm going to use an SD image. So let's see, on the quick start over here, I want to use Debian, and I'm not, let's go ahead. Click. All right, we're going to use the Debian, and this is the, now, one thing I did point out to one of the people that made the board, that it's somewhat confusing. If you're someone like me who's worked in IT for years, firmware is what you update hardware's coding to run something. But for some odd reason, they call the OSs firmware. Not sure why they do that, but it is what it is. So if you click here, there's our different images, okay? And I'm going to grab this last one because it says SD, just to be safe. Unless these are different drivers that are in there. These are all, by the way, looked up here to be new. So let's go ahead and download this one. Download anyway. Hit save. Okay. Okay, I'm finally understanding why they say firmware. Do not use Etcher or Raspberry Image Tool. And just to kind of show you real quick why I'm saying that, let's start up Etcher real quick. And let's say flash from a file. And I got everything on my desktop here under my YY38. And if I select the Debian image, hit a open, it says the partition is missing. So what you need, and again, this would be the Raspberry image would say the same thing. So over here on their wiki page, under quick start, select SD card. Now this image here, I would recommend to YY to remove it because it's confusing, or point it to where the images are, because it doesn't do anything. And no, that is not me, that's someone else. They're saying that the image link is broke. Well, it's not. As you guys saw, there are images that we can download. Okay, so download this. And then when you're done with it, okay, you need to have 7-zip installed. And when you do, just go here and tell it to extract the files. Doesn't have to be in the folder. that you're working. It's just someplace that you can easily find it. And once you do that, you're going to launch it. And then again, SD card. It sees my Samsung disk. We're going to select the image that I want to burn. And this time, just to see if I can get a good image, I'm going to tell it to burn the Android, and we'll hit create. And it's going to give you a warning that any minute you hit this, it's going to eliminate everything that's on that SD card. Okay, and this will take a couple minutes, so I'm going to let it run, and I'm going to show you what it looks like with Debian installed. Okay. All right. This is Debian 10. And as you can see, the nice little logo on the back. They're running what appears to be the if I have to guess, the LTQT desktop, which is light QT, which is really not a bad desktop to run. One thing that you guys heard me in the past say that I wish a lot of small board makers would go away from is they want to run GNOME. GNOME is good for tablets and phones. Wayland is not ready for prime time for a lot of applications. I know a lot of people are going to get mad at me and say that I'm a heretic, but I would stick with X on boards that don't have a lot of memory. Okay, so we have some basic tools here. Yeah, and this is the light. Not bad. Response time is really good. Okay. And they got some basic tools installed. So the first thing I'm going to do is, you see that the Bluetooth is already been picked up, which is awesome. So now, just to show that my card's working, application, screen lock. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. There it is. And guys, forgive me, I'm using OBS to look at the desktop, and it's a little bit small for me, but we'll get through this. So look at that. There's all my networks. And like most PCI adapters, it shows up twice, which is okay by me. It's using the Realtek Wi-Fi drivers. And the one thing I need to look for is my network. Okay. Now we're going to put in our secret password. And did we connect? Unfortunately, the other item was doesn't look like we did, so let me try it one more time. And the tool for writing the image popped up, and I'm actually going to power down the board, pop out the SD card, and I'm going to pop in the Android one so you can take a look at that. Okay. And look at that. We have connectivity. We got Chromium. Very nice. Hats off to UE2. Most makers will install Firefox by default. So, not bad. See if actually, let's just go to UE2.coms. page. Accept our cookies. Oh, by the way, this is a new board coming out. I will purchase it when it's available so that I can try it. There's the one that we're playing with. Okay. Go back to it. Oops. Clicked in the wrong area. Now, I'm being fair to their wireless. I'm in another room and my router is actually going through a couple walls, but it's not bad. Okay. The web page is looking really nice. Tinkerboard. I used to love Asus Tinkerboards. I like their cameras. Maybe I could talk to them about helping me out with filming stuff. So, you know, and try out one of their cameras. But all right, so this looks good. It was easy to set up once I knew how to set it up. And I'm going to create on my website, Ugly Scale Press, instructions on how to get it up that are a little bit more clear. Because again, terminology is a little bit different. Burning an image or burning a OS image to an SD card is, how do you say, that's normally how we say it. We don't say firmware, but let's go ahead and power this down. And I'm gonna look, this video is more about getting the board up and running and showing the two different OSs. I'm gonna do another video down the road. I want to get some software installed and actually see the true power. Before we boot out of this, I just want to see one thing real quick. All right. Launch terminal real quick. I am a keyboard cowboy, so let's see. HTOP is not there. And that is forgot the app. No, I am not an idiot. It is just super tiny. So let's do this. Just want to get real quick, take a look at the board itself. HTOP is very nice. It gives you a graphical output of your cores. It shows you your memory and built-in swap. The unit itself, when it's powered on, one LED is up and it's blue. That's not bad. And then I don't see like LEDs when you're doing disk activity, but that's fine. You know, at least I know it's powered on. At least I know it's up and running, which is cool. So let's just do HTOP real quick. And there we go. So 4 gigs of memory, not bad. Okay, with 4 cores. And this to show you okay. So this board actually came with 30, it looks like a 32 gig eMMC. There is something on there. I wonder. Now, when I booted it up earlier, nothing came up, but I'm wondering if my capture card didn't get it. I wonder if Android's on there already. But this is my SD card. So let's power it off real quick. And we're going to try taking out the SD card and seeing what's on that 32 gig partition, because as you can see, there is something here. So time to investigate. All right. So yes, there was an OS already on the eMMC, which is awesome because that way you put it all together, you have something to play with. And look at that. Android. Okay, let's go ahead and move around and see if there's some stuff in here. Again, their logo in the background. Weather, photo. So we'll go into, let's see if I do this right. Whoops. There we go. Drag it down a little bit better. Okay, so connect to Wi-Fi real quick. Okay, it's getting a little bit temperamental. Oh, here we go. And there's my network. Okay, put my password in. All right, we're connecting. We are connected. So we'll go ahead and go back to the home button. Let's see if I drag up this way. There we go, applications. And these are the default apps that they have installed. And I don't, Lightning, I believe, is an open source web browser. It is. Okay. And the response time is very nice. I want to go back up into the settings again. So let's go ahead back to the home page. And we're going to pull down. And I don't see... Okay, these are the normal ones. All right. So let's go back into here. Let's pull up the apps. Go into settings. And let's find display. And it's probably picking up the default on my screen. All right. Okay, that's just display size. I wanted to see if there was a way. Resolution. And I'm going to tell it, for the video's sake, we'll use the that's a little bit better. Okay, so a lot of cool things I can now play out with. I don't really need the SD card that I burned, but I'm going to boot it up anyway just to make sure that it boots. So I'm going to stop now, boot up the SD card. But as you guys can see, it did come with Android already pre-installed on the eMMC. So if you're going to do anything with the board itself and you want to use the eMMC, you're going to want to erase it and write on it. But I would recommend, until you're comfortable with it, using an an SD card. And then the other thing down the road, you can use again a M key, NVMe storage on this. And Micro Center here in the United States, you can actually pick up a 500 gig NVMe for about $23. It's a third generation for these boards. It's more than perfect, and you can put Android and Debian on here. One of the things I'm now thinking, and I might try this in another video. I'm going to do a lot more videos with this UE2. I want to see if I can upgrade from Debian 10 to 11 and to 12, because 12, as you guys know, Bookworm is the latest one, and if we can upgrade, that would be awesome. All right, let's power this down. Let's put in my SD card. That'll be the last thing we look at on this video, and then like I said, we got more videos to come. All right, I'm going to conclude this video. The image that I tried to burn onto here, it said it was Android, probably a missing part of it. Just based on experience, I've worked with other ones, I would still use the Android version that is burnt onto here. If you do some searching around and look for Android 11, install the PlayStation. You can easily install PlayStation, get your account working with it, and install other apps. I'm going to do that because I want to play a few games on it. For those of you guys who've went through all my videos, you will see a lot of Minecraft videos. And yes, I do like Minecraft. And I'm going to get Minecraft working on here. The kit itself, again, is on sale on the Amazon as of 8/10/2023, $80. It is well worth the $80. If you're into robotics, you got the GPIO connectors, okay, that you can easily install in. If you want to make it an even $100, I don't know how long they're going to keep this at $20, but again, this is an awesome case. The weight, I wish you guys could see how much this is, but this is a very giant heatsink. And as soon as I get comfortable working with this, I am going to move the board into this because this looks a lot more professional. But until I'm making sure I can do everything I need and pull it apart, you know, I'm going to try to add a NVMe to it. Again, I'm going to keep it in this beautiful acrylic case that came with it. I'll be honest with you guys. When I asked if I could test this out, because they were looking for testers, and I was a little bit scared that it was beyond my skill set. And the wiki is laid out very nicely. And now that I understand why they're calling it the OS firmware, it makes so much more sense. This board's got a lot of potential. Again, especially if you're in robotics or home automation. Me, I do a lot of Docker stuff, so I'm gonna set up this with Docker on it and just see how it handles, just basic Docker stuff. And then I wish I had like maybe 2 or 3 more, because then I would try to set up either a Minikube on it or Docker Swarm. Docker Swarm's the older technology. I know everybody is moving to Kubernetes, and like I said, I really want to get some Dockers running on this. I can't wait till they release the boards with the bigger, well, bigger is not really the correct word, with more memory. Again, this is 4 gigs. When I know they got plans for an 8 gig board. That's gonna be awesome. 4 gigs is beautiful nowadays, because I know I complain a lot about boards with smaller memory, but 4 gigs nowadays to run a nice, decent Linux desktop is great. I'm almost willing to put Ubuntu on here and get it up and running with Wayland's, just to see how it performs, because 4 gigs of memory, and I almost bet that the GPU in these rock chips can handle the output. Okay, this is TerrorPUP. I will put again the links in here. They will be in Amazon for right now. I will also put a couple links for antennas, so that on this case, if you do get the case and you want to put some nice antennas on it, you can. And that's going to wrap it up for this one. Until next time, peace.